hosts of 7 Second Delay, a weekly radio show heard Wednesdays at 6 o'clock on WFMU out of Jersey City, or worldwide at WFMU.org. Please welcome to the stage Andy Breckman and Ken Freedman. Come on, sit over here. Get comfortable. You're used to this, sort of.
A little bit. I'm over there.
Yes. Or Andy's over here.
I tried to overtake the desk position last night, but I failed. Andy was reelected to another term as president of our little radio show. You're one fan.
Actually,
Thank you, Marty.
they actually have 121 Facebook likes, I believe it is.
Is it that high?
Look, I am such a fan of
98 of them are fake.
2 of them are me.
There you
So
go.
I've got 2 accounts. But it's such a thrill to have you guys, big fans of your show, what you do. I actually, you do the show, it's a radio show, but you do it live every other week at a rival improv theater that shall not be named.
It's the UCB Theater. Oh, wait, did I miss a cue or something?
Or you could name it.
It's very kind of you to say. I can honestly say I'm not sure I am a fan of our show.
No.
That's very nice of you.
Well, I'm such a fan that I actually took this issue. I took Dad to see your show live at UCB.
Yes, he did.
Before we started our show, I wanted to get a sense of the dynamic you guys have.
You were going to say the negative.
Yeah.
You started saying the negative dynamic.
We were the cautionary tale.
I have to say, it delayed the start of the show 6 months.
Yes. No, we've been backstage and watching from upstairs and just consumed with bitter jealousy, and we're very impressed, and we've been taking notes, and I think it's going to turn our show around. What do you say, Ken?
Absolutely.
You get the running late bump?
Yeah, big one. But you wear a tie, you respect your audience, there's a band.
Yeah, you try to at least fake it. You fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you actually have shit written down.
I have shit written down.
Yeah, and you have a personality that doesn't seem to repel people. That's something we're going to be working on.
A lot of the girls I sleep with disagree with you.
And your dad is on the couch, which to me is the greatest single thing I've ever seen. That's my favorite thing.
It's a nice fit. You gotta have, you gotta have somebody on the couch. I figure.
I guess it's not that different from our dynamic, because I become sort of a father figure to you. What you say?
Not really.
He won't admit it, but it's true. He reveres me.
Well, I want to just get some background on you guys first, because individually you're both very remarkable people in your own right. Andy?
I'm very remarkable. Ken is not quite that.
I think you both have a pretty solid resume. Let's start with Ken. Ken, station manager, general manager of WFMU for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Which is no easy task to navigate an independent radio station through these treacherous waters of radio and independent business in general. I think I read you were getting like $50,000 a year in 1983 in donations. Listener supported station, completely funded by listeners.
Yeah, now we make $1.8 million a year.
Yeah.
It was a really good move for us to start selling meth outside the Halley.
That was your decision?
Yeah.
Is that your decision?
Yeah.
Yeah, selling it inside the Halley tunnel just wasn't working. That was the big switch we made 2 years ago.
You get a pretty high exhaust.
Yeah, exactly.
There's actually a documentary coming out, right? It's about you in the station, but it's a lot of
Theoretically next year. It's called Freeform or Death.
Right. And it was Tim Smith directing. It's a Kickstarter campaign funding the post-production.
Yeah, all the backers dropped out as soon as they found out that the movie was about WFMU. So we did a Kickstarter that raised
But it worked more than enough.
Yeah.
So you got a lot. So just talk about how because a little bit about this station. I mean, it's the world's longest running freeform radio station. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
And it's just mostly unpaid volunteer DJs. All sorts of stuff in the station.
Freeform proved itself to be a totally worthless, invalid format around 1973, but we stuck with it, and now we've proven that there was very good reason that people fled from the format back then.
Yeah, it's a weird station. I mean, I'll turn it on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and hear the noisiest noise.
Oh, it sucks half the time.
I don't know who creates this stuff.
Well, you can turn it on. You can turn on WFMU, and if you hate something, if you hate what you hear, just wait 5 minutes, and you'll hear something you hate even more. That's how.
And then your show comes on.
And then at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, our show. Our show is one of the few talk shows. People that don't know, WFMU is mostly music geeks and people that know music revere the station. It's very important to them.
Tom Sharpling, that show.
We love it.
Yeah, Tom Sharpling.
We all exist in Tom Sharpling and John Worcester's shadows.
Yeah, they basically taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones who hooked me in, but
they pretty much have set records for public radio in general.
Yeah, I mean they're a force to reckon with. But you guys are too. I mean, together on this show.
They care so much. It's easy for them because they care.
Yeah.
We're laboring under the handicap of not really caring.
I was in the studio after Tom's show one week.
Yeah.
You know what I found after they had all left?
What?
Papers with things written on it.
Oh, well, see, he works. Oh, I see.
They have
He does it. How he prepares.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I have to say, Scott, the show we went to, I was very impressed with your guests. They came out and did a pantomime. I was like, this is radio.
Yeah.
They're doing a pantomime. That was very impressive.
If it's stupid, it has a low percentage, it has a very small chance of working. That's our opening act.
Yeah. Fatal flaws. Wait, your show. So Ken, you've been running the station. Andy, you are a longtime comedy writer, musician. Worked on Late Show with David Letterman, Late Night with David Letterman, I should say.
That's right. That goes back 30 years. I was about to say almost 30 years, but it's 30
Yeah,
years.
it is. And then Saturday Night Live.
I've been writing. My day job has always been, writing comedy and movies and TV. I fell into the radio show. Oh my God, is it 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord. And wait, no, I just have to take a moment and just kind of get past that. And it's become for me. It's become a weekly screen therapy session. I get to vent and get out of the house. It's a reason for me to, it's like a poker game every week, If I had friends, I'd have a poker game. But all I have is Ken. And radio station. So the show's become very important to me, and it's been 20 years. What we try to do, and I'm sure you're maybe more successful, is we try not to repeat ourselves, too much. And we try, if we've never seen it done on the radio, it's worth a shot. And even if it doesn't succeed, I think we're proud of ourselves when we've tried something.
Well, this is actually the 4th time I've had you guys on my show. but yeah, I try not to do that. What I love about the show is the fundraising drives. I mean, really, the radio station is great, but just the community around it, and the fact that listener support and so many people give their money just from this radio station, which seems like it's crazy, it almost seems. Free radio, but you need the money to run the station. And you do these drives every year with pranks and big stunts. That's a big part of your show.
Yeah.
There's nipple piercings.
Self-debasement. Yeah.
There's tattoos.
Right. We'd say to people, if we can hit our mark, Ken will get a tattoo on his arm of a band that he detests. And right now, Ken is wearing a short sleeve shirt. He could show you a big tattoo. Show us the tattoo. That's right. It's the Eagles.
Logo from the Eagles' greatest hits.
And on his back is an even bigger tattoo from another marathon, that says Ken and Andy in a big heart. So he's gotten the worst of all this. The last year, Ken, also as part of our fundraising, got drunk on stage. Is that what did you drink, Ken?
Yeah, I had 26 tequilas. And I almost got alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, it was funny because it wasn't me. That's probably my favorite part of that stunt.
You do enjoy reveling in Ken's misfortune.
Yeah.
I did ayahuasca on the show. We did pot brownie roulette one week, and I got the pot brownie. Did bath salts a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that show? I saw the bath salt show. That was ballsy.
That's right. That's the drug. Because that's the drug that has induced people to eat other people's faces off.
That's a myth.
Yeah, it's not a myth to the man in Toronto without a face. He would argue that point.
Hannibal Lecter, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what passes for entertainment.
You just fall for all the anti-bath salt propaganda, hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, I do.
Well, I mean, I love this show. You guys should check it out. It streams at WFMU.org Wednesday 6 o'clock.
Yeah, Wednesday 6 p.m. and we're at the UCB Theater 2 weeks from tonight.
With Buck Henry?
Yeah, with Buck Henry and porn star Joanna Angel and, and the band from Boardwalk Empire.
That's unbelievable. You were asking me backstage how I get my guests.
Well,
How do you get you?
Yeah, we lucked out. This doesn't normally happen.
we just look out, and they will be canceling by tomorrow afternoon. So that's our secret. We booked them for 12 hours.
Right. Come back next week for Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, last night we had Henry Winkler's The Fawn's book. He wasn't there.
You didn't show up.
You really had to book it?
Yeah,
we have a book.
We had a book, but he waited until we promoted the show to cancel. That's a class.
It's a comedy show. I do want to get one quick thing before we go to the next test, but Andy, along with the comedy writing, you also have a past career in folk music. You were a big musician back in the day.
No.
No, am I understanding that?
Big is a funny word. Musician is also a very elastic word.
But you were in the scene, the folk scene in New York City.
I did. I started out doing comedy folk songs, a la, I don't know, this is my debut, Loud and Wainwright, and Randy Newman was a hero of mine, and I gave that a shot. I thought I was one of them.
And I've heard bits and pieces of this over the years, but there's a feud, an ongoing feud you have with Don McLean, American Pie singer-songwriter. Is this?
Yes, I had the same manager as Don McLean, and we would go on tour together. And as a joke one night, this is the birth of a feud. I have a celebrity feud. It's probably the single thing I'm proudest of in my career. But I've managed to have a celebrity feud. But as a joke one night, I went out on stage. I was the opening act, and sang American Pie. And then said, I hope Don hadn't planned on singing that one. He was just furious. And then I wrote about it in the WFMU newsletter, and then he insanely responded. And then I responded to him, and we had a real little feud.
You didn't open for him anymore?
No, I didn't open for him anymore. Not that I recall.
And the other highlight of Andy's career was he opened up for Human League in '82 and was booed off the stage.
Yeah, that's right. Because they hated, they had a good reason, they hated me. It's not like they just booed randomly.
If you're going to get
hated me, yeah.
That's a good reason.
Yeah.
Well, a lot more stories like this on the show if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, please come next Wednesday down the street. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks. Great job. They're funny guys, and probably closer to your age than any guests I've had so far.